Hello and welcome to Sound of Hope News. I am Liam O'Neill and here is your June 15th China Brief. Beijing in lockdown again. High school student requires stitches from a teacher's beating. CCP wants Taiwan's semiconductors. White House and CCP officials meet. A virus outbreak in Beijing shows how difficult and perhaps even impossible a zero-COVID policy is. Dine-in services in Beijing restaurants just resumed on June 6th after the city had been locked down for more than a month. But a COVID-19 outbreak of more than 200 cases subjected 22 million people from 14 districts back to mandatory testing, according to Reuters. Many malls, gyms, and other venues were closed, parts of the city's public transport system suspended, and millions urged to work from home. The 200-plus COVID cases are linked to the Heaven Supermarket Bar, a 24-hour establishment known for cheap liquor and all-night parties. It's located in the nightlife area of Chaoyang. That's Beijing's most populated district. It's very popular with the younger demographic, who couldn't socialize, of course, during the hardline COVID-19 restrictions. The return of infections is raising new concerns about the economic outlook for the city. Beijing health official Liu Xiaofeng said at a news conference on June 13th, epidemic prevention and control is at a crucial juncture. He added that the outbreak linked to the bar was still developing. Local authorities stated the outbreak is proving more difficult to control than previous clusters. As of Friday, mainland China had confirmed about 225,000 patients nationwide with coronavirus symptoms. The nationwide zero-tolerance policy continues to rattle supply chains, impacting global giants such as Sony and Tesla. Most economists predict that the country will fail to meet its annual growth target for this year. Yesterday, we reported on a viral discussion of violence that centered on a video showing a vicious attack of 3 women. And just yesterday, another post went viral. This time, the victim was a high school student who needed 16 stitches after his teacher beat him. The teacher of physics allegedly grew angry at his student for not paying attention in class and proceeded to strike his face, breaking his glasses in the process. The boy's father said that the beating occurred on May 13th. He received a call from the teacher that day, but was only told his son had been taken to the hospital. According to the father, the teacher has a history of physically assaulting students, but never to that extent. On June 11th, the principal of the Shanxi province school told investigating police that the teacher had been dismissed. Thousands of netizens voiced anger over the incident. Is dismissal enough? Someone commented. Shouldn't the teacher be held criminally responsible? Possible military moves on Taiwan have dominated many China headlines in recent months. Certainly, democracy and the peace for a sovereign people are central to any talk of a Chinese invasion, but so too is the importance of Taiwan's computer chip industry. Recently, a high-ranking economic official may have raised the stakes a bit more by removing doubt that the CCP is indeed focused on that industry. If the U.S. imposes destructive sanctions on China like they have on Russia, we must recover Taiwan, said Ms. Chen Wenling. We must seize TSMC. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, is one of the world's most important companies, as most, if not all, of the leading tech firms rely on its chips. It is reported that the company plans to build 6 factories in the United States, and that is apparently a red line for Ms. Chen. The plans must be thwarted, she said. Akio Yaita, a branch director of the Japanese newspaper Sankei Shimbun, likened Ms. Chen's remarks to the coercive manner adopted in recent years by Chinese diplomats under Xi Jinping. It's been called wolf warrior diplomacy and is often marked by bellicose words. Even economists have become wolf warriors, he wrote on Facebook. Ms. Chen has been involved in drafting many government reports and also handles most of the documents for the Central Economic Work Conference, so she knows the CCP's intentions on many major issues. This is according to the website Newsy Today. Yaita pointed out that there are many reasons that TSMC will never set up chip factories in China. He said that high-tech companies need talent in a work environment conducive to creativity. Communist Party regulations that change on a whim are perhaps the antithesis to this environment, along with local government investment complexities, political risk, lack of legal framework, and generally a bad international reputation. White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan and Foreign Affairs Director Yang Jiechi met for about 4 hours in Luxembourg on June 13th. North Korea's missile testing and the Taiwan Strait dominated the conversation, according to Radio Free Asia. The U.S. reaffirmed that its One China policy remained unchanged and that its objective is to ensure peace and stability across the Taiwan Strait, opposing any unilateral change of the status quo. Sullivan also stressed the importance of maintaining open communication channels. This is the second conversation between the two after a call on May 18th. Open channels of dialogue are needed to avoid misunderstandings, according to a senior U.S. official. There is no word when President Joe Biden and Chairman Xi Jinping will next meet. And thanks for tuning in for your Daily China Brief. We'll see you tomorrow.